Hi, I'm Fee Bendel. I'm back on VillageTV this morning from my business Bendel's group, and I'm joined by Chris Day from St George Business Banking Group, Head of Business Insights, and got quite an interesting question for you. You've had a cup of coffee after our last session.
Yes, that's good. Yep.
This concept of disruption and the disruptive consumer, it's not just for banks, but out there, the consumers change. They become very demanding. They can make your reputation. They can break your reputation. They have a different voice and a different demand and different channels to communicate through. How is St George Banking Group approaching the disruptive customer, and what are your own personal views from insights in terms of what the disruptive customer looks like?
So if you go back to the old analogy that the customer's always right, the customer's king, hasn't changed. The fact is that with technology, their ability to choose in terms of buying off the internet, buying globally, is now available to them very easily. They're way more informed around their options, and they have a lot more options around sharing their views as to the level of service that you provided them, be it through social media, be it through blogs, etc. Basically, the analogy hasn't changed, but more and more power is now in the hands of the customer.
Yeah.
So that's the way the world is now, and it's not going to change, and it's going to become even more disruptive in terms of where it goes in the future, in terms of the options open to customers. From that point of view, that, as I say, that's not going to change. From a St George point of view, we are all about working with our customers. If it's a personal customer, it's about helping them achieve their dreams. From a business customer's point of view, they also have their dreams and aspirations. And we use words such as, helping customers prosper and grow.
Yeah.
Prosper and be successful, whatever that means for the customer. So for us, we have not changed our thinking in terms of very much we are part of the community, and we are all about people and our customers. It just means that in the current environment, with technology, etc., it just means that the customer has a great opportunity to go out there and share their views, both positive and negative.
Yeah. So culturally, George, your CEO, is known for being a very personable person. So culturally, does that feed through in terms of how all St George employees have a view on the customer and the changing role of the customer, well, changing relationship, I should say, of the customer with the bank?
Well, it actually works both ways. So George has been at St George now for just over 2 years.
Yeah.
And his passion for the customer is great.
It's very well known.
You're very well known, yeah. But the great thing is that our staff, we've had staff work for us for 30, 40 years. Back when St George was a building society.
Yeah,
and very much it's about, I've known this customer for years. I'm now working with their children or their grandchildren. So the whole idea about how do we help our customers achieve their dreams is very much part of the St George culture.
And it is old-fashioned, isn't it? Because we have all this technology, but we actually crave that old-fashioned relationship.
Well,
I think.
In fact, technology is an enabler to create even a stronger relationship.
Yeah.
For us, again, using technology is about making sure we make the connection with our customers when they want to do it. So rather than having to book in a meeting and wait 2 weeks for it because waiting for someone to be available in the branch, they can do it by video conference. They can do it on the spot when they've got the need immediately, and we're being responsive to their needs. Because when a customer's got a need, they want it resolved now.
Yeah, I think that's actually what's also changed about customer management, is that it is, and probably with the advent of social media, everything has become immediate. It's the same with your mobile phone. It's just like why am I waiting?
Yeah.
And that's only going to, the speed of transaction has increased substantially. How do you think people can manage, and like I say, not necessarily banks, but people can manage the speed of the transaction whilst also focusing on the value of the relationship?
Well, again, the way we are looking at it is it's about the engagement.
Yeah.
So if you get to talk to a person who is knowledgeable about you as an individual, they can understand your situation, they understand how they can translate that situation to a banking solution.
Mm-hmm.
That's what customers are asking for.
Yeah.
So they're less worried about having to meet with someone face to face. It's about when I do talk to somebody, and again, video conference is a good example. Yeah. As long as I get that engagement and that person is knowledgeable, and at the end of the conversation, I have a solution that helps me.
Yeah.
That's what customers are asking for.
And do you think the concept of every customer is an innovator? So I heard this recently at a speech where someone was talking about every individual customer is an innovator in their business. They can teach the business something.
Yeah.
Do you think it sounds like it would be culturally in the business? Do you draw that out of your insights team?
Well, very much. Every customer thinks they're different.
Yeah.
And every customer runs their business a little bit differently.
Yeah.
And for us, it's always around, you are not the holder of every bit of insight or every bit of knowledge. So all the time we're looking at how our customers are running their business and saying, what are we learning and how does that impact on how we should be dealing with them?
Yeah.
And a good learning for us, and again, in hindsight, very simple, is with the technology adoption of business owners, the whole concept of I don't physically need to sit across the desk from someone now to have a conversation. Yeah. And business owners, particularly because they need to be thinking about running their business smarter,
yeah.
Any time they're not working in the business, they're not making money,
yeah.
is about leveraging technology to enable that.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's brilliant. I think we've kind of knocked that question on the head. That's really good. I think there's a lot more to see around customer relationships and how data will also play out over the next couple of years that we'll see. So it's going to be interesting times going ahead. And I think it's fantastic that this adoption of technology is embraced so much in the bank with a strong adoption of caring for the customer. So thanks for your time.
Thank you.
We'll close off then, and then maybe we can get together a little bit later. And I've got one last question for you, Mr. Dave, if that's okay.
Not a problem.
Thank you very much.